on up, baby. Hello, everyone. She's frightened. It's windy outside, and she's frightened of the wind. Uh-oh. The ass is up in the air. Yep. She's frightened of the wind. Right, watch. No. Listen, don't be Daisy, do. Daisy. No. Daisy, watch. You can't eat that. It's wool. No. I'm sitting doing my knitting. Good morning, Ashley. Good morning, Ashley. You need to let me know what video you would like me to do for you this month, and I'll do it on Saturday for you. And thank you. Are you my squinty? That looks alright. I was away up seeing my wee mum this morning. Somebody has gave her a manicure. How cute is that? I was sitting and she was having some soup, and her nails are purple. And I went, "Oh, Mum, I love your nails. Who done your nails?" Of course, she couldn't tell me who done them, but I was like, "Oh my God, look, she's got a manicure." Vedas, hello, good morning. Good morning. It's afternoon here. Good afternoon. I'm doing my knitting. This is how far I've got so far. This is for my Peter's partner. It's a blanket, a wee blanket. So I'm getting there. I'm getting it done. Where's my other knit needle? There it is. So I had the wee fella last night. I looked after the grandson. I had him last night. It's been non-stop, so it has. I felt this is where I sleep. See, when I've got a grandson, he's over there sleeping in the living room, and I sleep here. So I never really get much sleep last night. Vera, gorgeous Vera, good morning to my knitting. That's for Peter's partner. So I'm going to be sitting knitting like a mofo, right? Just sitting knitting like a wee old granny that I am, while I talk to you and stuff like that. Vera, I was going to ask you something the other day. Who was it I was talking about? It was a medical related. Oh, I can't remember. Cannot remember. Mum was awful tired though today. She was falling asleep. Did you like the fact? Was it all right? The fact, Jink, I should do more of them then, if you like it. Oh my God, I'll need to do more. I need to do more. See, I've seen some people doing that kind of ASMR, and I've never done it. I've never tried it, so I thought I would do something a bit different. How was this? Was the sound all right without that? Let's look at this dog. She's frightened of She's frightened of the wind. Right, I'll do more of them then. I'll do more of the kind of videos for you. Daisy, do. How can you get anything done? How can you get anything done when this red wiry thing is here doing this? Are you saying hello to everybody? She's frightened of the wind. You need to get used to the wind, baby. There's not much I can do about that. There's the ass is up in the air again. She gives me, I don't know why she gives me the ass up in the air. Oh, well, I'll try my best to do it again. But I was doing fireworks like that. Because I was doing that and it was like fireworks. And I thought, oh, that might be a nice trigger. Anyway, I thought I would try something different. So I'll do more like that then. I'll do more, Vera. That kind of video. I like all different kinds of ASMR. I like all different kinds of things. But yeah, that's good to know. I'm glad you liked it. That's her playing with a wee bee. If you can hear it in the background, she's playing with a bee. It's not a real bee, I mean, let me start this knitting. What am I on? I'm on purl. I just do plain and purl. Oh, I'm going to. I'm not going to be able to pronounce your name. Sabata. Could you tell me how to pronounce your name? I'm terrible at reading and stuff like that. But thank you very much. I'm glad you liked Saturday's video. Let me get started on this. Let me do some purl while I sit here and talk. So I've heard that the Wolverine and Deadpool video is good. I'm desperate to see it. It's going to be some right good watching that. I'm going to be watching that. Sieve is Sive or Sieve. Steve is Irish. Well, I love the Irish. I love the way they talk. Listen, I'll tell you a story about the Irish man. It was as funny as anything. It was Yugoslavia at the time. And there's a place in Yugoslavia, Croatia now, that nuns and all that, they all go to this place. Apparently, there was like a group of school kids that were up in this mountain in Croatia, and the Virgin Mary appeared. And they all seen this apparition of the Virgin Mary. And it's a thing, and it's like a shrine, and people go. And there was this wee Irish couple that went, and him and my dad were having a wee drink on the bus and stuff like that, right? So they get to, and they goes up this hill, and there's nuns, there's like groups of nuns and priests and all that, right? And by God, did this wee Irish guy no see the apparition of the Virgin Mary himself? And just his accent, I can't do the accent, but it was hilarious. And he was going, she was dancing in the sky, you know that he was saying. So some of the nuns, I swear, some of the nuns were going on getting this man's autograph. Because he'd seen the apparition of the Virgin Mary up there on the hill in Croatia. It was a whole thing. He was a great wee guy. We had some laugh. With him. That was like, well, I was 16 at the time. I was only a baby. But it felt like a, maybe as I can't even remember the name of it, but it's a thing, and it's like a group of school kids that were up in this kind of mountain, and they seen the Virgin Mary, kind of like Lourdes, but there was like a group of them, and they swear it was true. They swear they did. So this place, like, people flocked to it, you know, like Lourdes, people flocked to it to see if they can. If they can see the apparition themselves. But this wee man seen it. But he was already half cut. They were boozing on the bus. They were having a swally, as we say. They were my dad. As I said, see my dad at Halloween when we were growing up. When we grew up, it was like a kind of, we call it a cul-de-sac. It was like a horse, if you can imagine a horseshoe of houses, right? And we were up at the very top of the horseshoe. And Halloween back then, when I was growing up, all you got was like an apple or an orange or a banana. You'd get some nuts. And basically that was your Halloween. You never get sweeties. Sometimes you would get the odd like 50 pence or something like that. See if you got a 50 pence, like that was an amazing thing. 50 pence went a long way back in the days. So my dad decided that one night he was going to go out for his Halloween. So he dressed up as a woman. See, this would all be frowned upon these days, but it was fun back then. He dressed up as a woman, right? Now, my dad had a beard, a big black beard, right? My dad had. And he wore one of my mum's dresses, and he blew up some balloons, and he put them like boobies like that. And he went round for the start of the horseshoe houses all the way round to the end. See, by the time he got to the end house, he was absolutely gone, because every house they went in, the guys were like, "Oh, Jim, you need to have a half. We're feeding him booze," and his balloons were burst. He'd been groped in every single house. Do you know, it was fun. It was funny, and it was all in good fun. But he was absolutely happy. By the time he'd finished going into everybody's house, he was gone. It's wee things like that you remember, and you cherish these kind of memories, especially in my predicament now with my mum and dad. In fact, I've got a letter there. I've got a law of attorney now over my dad. So I've just to send a letter away, and that's it. So he was saying to me, don't be doing anything bad, like putting them in a home and just leave them. I don't give him any food or water, just leave them. So I've got that now, the power of attorney over my dad. And we've got joint guardianship with my mum. I don't know what the difference between power of attorney and guardianship is, apart from the price. It cost my dad, £700 for me to get law of attorney. Who knew you had to go through lawyers? I always thought it'd be like the next of kin. Oh, Vera, that's what it was. Shingles. My mum's got shingles. And I've had the chicken pox. I had a right bad dose of the chicken pox. Me and Peter both had a right bad dose of the chicken pox. And I've been up kissing my mum and all that, rubbing her hand. Liz, good morning, lovely Liz, good morning. I've been up kissing her and all the rest of it. Now, you still worry in case you're going to catch it. But I did look it up and it says that if you've had the chicken pox, you shouldn't get it. It's still a worry. But listen, we're in and out of the hospitals, and we're bound to catch every kind of bloody thing that's going. I've never had it. I didn't even know there was a vaccine for the shingles, Vera. I never even knew there was a vaccine for the shingles. Nobody has volunteered that information to us. I don't know if I should maybe go and see. Listen, I don't know. See if I was going to get it, I'd be having it by now, surely. My goodness, there you go. So it's all going about. Then the chicken pox is going about. Do you know what the funny thing, Vera, was when Sophie and Amanda were growing up, both of them caught the chicken pox, right? And I was kissing my kids as you do, kissing them and cuddling them and, bathing them. And I was putting the cameline lotion on their spots and all this kind of stuff. And I never caught the chicken pox until my son caught it. And I almost died. And I'm not even exaggerating. Daisy, do it. I had a scar. I ended up in hospital with it. I ended up in hospital. In fact, see, because I'd been through all this cancer stuff, when they were doing like CT scans and things, it's scarred on my lungs. My lungs are all scarred with the bloody chicken pox as well. So it just shows you. Oh, well, there you go. See if I... What should I look out for? Just like a rash? See, I wasn't well last week. I was not well last week. Last week I wasn't well. Peter, know how you've not been well?
Yeah.
But Vera, she knows all about medical. She's a nurse. She says that we might be at higher risk because we've had the chicken pox. So you've not been well.
Mm-hmm.
Just check yourself in case there's a rash or anything on you.
I've been checking myself every week.
Nerve pain. It starts with nerve pain.
I've not got any nerve pain. I've been looking at the Mpox. The Mpox has been around.
Mpox?
Mpox, it's called that.
Have you heard of that, Vera? Mpox?
It's spreading around there. There's no break.
Oh, gee, that's all we need, isn't it? That's all we bloody need. That's all we need. Mpox, is that what it is? Monkeypox? Jeez, who knew all this stuff that's going about? And it's not me I worry about, it's the Wayne, it's the grandson you worry about, do you know what I mean? I don't want to give my grandson anything like that. But as I say, I'm in and out of the hospital visiting my mum. She doesn't seem up nor down with the shingles. She's heavily medicated, my mother. She's heavily, in fact, when I was sitting talking to her today, she's dozing off, but I tucked her in. See things like this, it's bloody heartbreaking. I can't even explain how heartbreaking it is, but she's lost her slippers again. Well, I'm one of the people in poverty. Efron, good afternoon. I'm one of them. They're not going to bother that with us. They'll just leave us to herd. Remember when that pandemic was going about and they were talking about herd immunity? Just let all the poor folks spread it all about and nothing will all become immune to it. Blessed Mum, good morning in lovely Canada. Andrea, hello, how are you? I hope you're doing good. I'm sitting knitting like an old person because I really need to get this done because I know that it's for Christmas and I've got a while to go, but I want it to be done. But it's going to take a while to do it. See, that's his, and this is mine. This is my wee blanket. This is my one. I sat with this last night like this. So I did while I was and slept here like that. That's how I've slept. That's where I slept last night. But they're nice and soft and cozy, and they're made with love. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully my son's partner will like it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But I think he will. He's an awfully nice guy. Do you like the green one? I like the green one too. Do you know it's kind of like my cross stitching. See, when I'm doing my knitting and stuff like that, it kind of takes my mind away from all the stuff that's going on. Oh God, I've not even told you this. I haven't even told you this. Wait, you're never going to believe this in a million years, right? All the stuff that's going on now. I get a message. I've got the grandson yesterday. So yesterday morning, I got a text message from my brother. I've took a heart attack and I'm in hospital. I was like, oh my God. So I'm texting him and all that. I'm going, are you okay? What's happening? What's happening? Nothing. No communication after that. And I was like, oh my God, my brother's took a heart attack. And, and my mum's in the hospital and my dad and all this. And I was like, I was taking a panic. I had to sit down and try and take my deep breaths and stuff. Like I was taking a panic attack. And I was like, oh my God, my brother took a bloody heart attack. Thank you, blessed mum. You're so kind. So I phoned my dad and I said, Dad, have you heard for James? And he said, no. I said, Dad, he's took a heart attack and he's in hospital. Oh my God, what are we going to do? So me and my dad, we were like panicking, couldn't get my brother. Eventually, my dad got a hold of him and he didn't sound good. And we were like, oh my God, this is terrible. And what are we going to do? So later on in the afternoon, hours and hours later, a cardiologist went in and see my brother and said it wasn't a heart attack at all. It wasn't a heart attack, he's took it something else, and let him out the hospital. All that time, me and my dad, I was crying my eyes out. I was like devastated. I was like, oh my God, my brother's like, well, you can't make this stuff up. And I was going, why God? What and all this. Becky, good morning. Illinois, oh my God, see, I'd love to visit all these places in the USA. My most favourite place in the world is the USA. Love it. I'd love to visit the 50 states. He's feeling a bit better today, Vera, but see, he's been taking that chemotherapy medicine. With me, it was like full-blown chemotherapy in my vein. I had to go and get that done. But with him, it's like a tablet form. The chemotherapy. I don't think it's as strong as what I got. His hair hasn't fell out, but it's went pure white. It's like took the pigment out of his hair and stuff. But he's still got the same kind of symptoms I did with you lose your taste. Everything tastes funny. And with me, it was like, they always say that you get like wee ulcers and stuff in your mouth. With me, it felt as if somebody had actually skinned the inside of my mouth. It was like raw when I was on the chemotherapy, and my nose was all like boils and scabs, and so he's got all that kind of thing. So that the last thing that we need is for him to be taking a bloody heart attack. I don't know who told him he took a heart attack. I don't know who told him that this, but geez, oh, I was like, you cannot make this. He's better. He's fine. He's at home. He's okay. But I was like, what else can possibly go wrong? I can't get over it. I can't get over it. And you know, I've pinched myself. Am I dreaming? Am I dreaming this? Oh, chemo was terrible. The chemo, the first dose of chemo I got was called the Red Devil, and it looks like blood. It's blood red. And the nurse sat in front of me, and first of all, she put a hot wee pillow on my vein. It was this vein. Put it on like this and heated it up so that my vein get bigger. And then she put the cannula in, and she sat in front of me with these big syringes, big fat syringes like that, about 6 or 7 of them. And she sat in front of me and just put it into my vein. Like, it took about an hour for her to get the 6 of them into my vein. So that was the first bout. I had like 6 months of that. And then the other 6 months, it was clear stuff, and it was for an intravenous like bag. I didn't need the nurse to sit in front of me. But the first lot, my hair was coming out within a week. Within a week, I already had a bald patch here at the top of my head. You know, it was that fast. And I was like, I had beautiful long hair at the time. And I thought, and I was worried about it. And I thought, you know something, I'm going to take it all off. And then I don't need to worry about the hair because it'll not be there. Was it Blessed Mum? So you know what I'm talking about. I went in and I cut my hair. I still got the braids. I put my hair in braids and cut them, and then just took the rest of it off. Just took the rest and just wore a wee terry towel and cap. And that was that. I didn't need to worry about the hair anymore. That was the last thing on my mind. But you know yourself, it's an absolute battle, and you feel sick and the whole thing. But you would have got the steroids as well, because when you get that red devil, they give you steroids for 4 days. And I was making pots of soup at 2 a.m. I was baking cakes. I was hoovering. I was dusting. My heart was pounding at me like this, pounding. I've got the telly on. I'm on my laptop. I've got the radio on, and I feel like I can't even explain it. I'm glad I've never felt the experience since. But you're like constantly going like that. You can't sleep, and that's when I found ASMR. That is exactly when I found ASMR, because I couldn't sleep and I was my heart was beating out me and I was finding it hard to breathe, and I had headphones on and I found ASMR, and the next thing I knew, I'd woke up after watching a page turning video, or it was a hair one. It was either a page turner or a hair brushing one, and I thought, what is this magic? And I said to Sophie, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I watched the most amazing thing last night and it put me to sleep. And she went, ASMR? She said, aye, that's a thing. And I thought to myself, see, if I get better, I'm going to try and do that, because that's an amazing thing and it helped me. And if I could help somebody else, it'd be great. And that's how I started my channel, because, you know, it's an amazing thing. Blessed Mum, I shaved mine and it was on the sink, and I closed my eyes and I said to my son, going to take it all away from me, I don't want to see it. He came in, put all the hair in the bag and took it out. And that was it. The hair was gone. I didn't need to worry about that. I had like a million other things to worry about, because at that time as well, they had found out the primary. Before that, they didn't know what kind of cancer I had, because the thing that they cut out from my armpit, they could tell it wasn't the primary tumour. I was like, how can they tell that? But they can tell that wasn't the primary. So I had to go for bone scans, and they put this stuff, this radioactive stuff, they put in me bone scan. I'll never forget this. And she was putting it in, and all of a sudden the veins in my neck started to heat up. And I was going, oh. And she went, what's wrong? I went, my veins are heating up. She went, I'll put it in a bit slower then. I thought, please do it before my neck explodes. And anyway, in the MRI machine, like Superman, with my face down like this, boobs in a vice, that boob in a vice, and I was taking a full-blown panic attack in that. I was like, I can't believe this. But they found the primary. The primary was deep inside one of my breasts and was smaller than the one that they had cut out, but it also spread to a few of my lymph nodes as well. So that all got taken care of. But you always worry about the hair. That is, I'm going to lose my hair. And then see when you think of the bigger picture, like I'm going to lose my life. Hair's nothing. I couldn't, there was times I wanted to just throw the towel in and just go, I'm not going. Just leave me alone. I'm staying here. I couldn't, because of my family. I had to do it. So people used to say to me, oh, you're dead brave. And I was like, I'm not brave at all. I'm definitely, don't tell me I'm brave, because I'm not brave. The only reason I'm doing this is for my family. I'm not like I'm braving up here and getting into this. I had to do it for them. Oh, no, Vera, it's sad, but once the hair's off, you don't need to worry about it anymore. It's just something. There's bits of me that I cannot feel, and my radiotherapy done that to me. That mark there, that's radiotherapy. But here, you can't see it, but right there, as a wee dot. And that was with the radiotherapy, because they said to me, we're going to need to give you a tattoo. And I was thinking, batter in. I was thinking, a free tattoo, you beauty. And not as a wee dot. And that's how they, when you're in the radiotherapy machine, they line you up with this wee tattoo that they give you like that. So the radiotherapy was nothing. That was like every day though, for 3 weeks, every single day you get the radiotherapy, whereas the chemo was once every 3 weeks. Every 2 weeks I had to go and get my blood work done. And there was one time I got my blood work done and my white blood cells were low. I was feeling rotten that day. I was really feeling bad that day too. And they wouldn't do the chemo. And I was crying. And Vera, there was a bad nurse and she was shouting at me. And she was going, it's very serious and stuff like that. I was going, I need my chemo. No, you're not getting it. Shouting at me. And I was vulnerable at the time. Oh yeah, see, this is it. You get all sorts of things, but the thing is that you're alive. I had to get both my boobies are gone. I had to get both my boobs off as well. That's a thing, you know. That's a big thing for any woman to go through. But as I say, you've got to think of the bigger picture. Boobs and dying, or no boobs and living and being me. Boobs don't make a person, do you know what I mean? See if somebody's just after you because of your boobs. I figured this out a long time ago. Then they're not worth it. In fact, a lot of the gentlemen that I have spoke to, that, you know, we were kind of, I would be up front and say to them, look, I know this can be a deal breaker and stuff like that, but I've not got any. I went through cancer and told them all the stuff, and every one of them has been absolutely fantastic. And like, that doesn't define who you are. You know, that's nothing, which is nice. It's nice that you've got people like that. I wouldn't want somebody anyway that was all just want you for your boobs. And I had huge boobies, Ted. See, but now they've been down to my knees. They've been flapping about. See, I'd say you were brave. I don't class myself as brave, but, you know, do you know what, bless mum, the thing about the radiotherapy that I'll never forget, right, and it's in my brain forever, this image. And I was feeling sorry for myself this day, and I was waiting in my radiotherapy. And radiotherapy is like 10, 15 minutes, and next person, it's fast. And I was down and I was feeling really bad and feeling like, oh, it's a shame for me. Look at me, it's a wee shame. And this wee girl comes down in a hospital bed with all the drips and all that, and she must have been like inpatient. And she'd no hair, and she came down and she had the biggest smile on her face. She was about 8 or 9 or something like that. I would say she was a young lassie. And she came down, she'd no hair, and she was going in for her radiotherapy. She had a big smile on her face, and she turned to me and went, it's my birthday today. And my heart sunk, and I felt like just slapping myself in the face. I'm feeling sorry for myself, and look at this wee lassie, brave, going in to get her chemotherapy. And I still wish and hope to God that she got over whatever cancer it was that she was going through at the time. And I thought to myself, that just shows you cancer does not discriminate. It doesn't care if you're rich or you're poor or your social standing in life. It does not care. Oh, Vera, see, you are a beautiful, beautiful person. You are such a... I wish you would have been my nurse. So caring and everything. That's a terrible thing to say, blessed mum. That is a terrible thing to say. Edgevilsmar. Hello, Edgevilsmar. I did find a few of the nurses that were quite nasty. And you wonder why, because you're going through the most horrendous ordeal of your life. I had one that I was all wired up and she came in and she verbally assaulted me. And I was in a hospital bed because my mum had went up and said to her something about she thinks that I shouldn't be put out early or something. I can't even remember. But my mum had said something and this nurse came in and took it out of me while I was all wired up to the machines and stuff, no hair. In fact, she came in and she removed all my staples. I'm sure it was like a torture thing. I get tortured. She came in and removed every staple because I was stapled for all under my hundreds of staples, right? She came in and removed all my staples without even giving me any pain relief. And I thought, she is an a-hole, right? And I thought she's wanting me to be, ouch, doing that in pain. And do you know, I held that pain in. And the only thing that gave away that I was in pain is a tear came out my eye and was rolling down my face. And I just was brave and just let her pull every one of the bloody things out without even flinching. That's what happened. I tell you, it's me. I go into these hospitals. This is the kind of New Year's. We've got an idea why I cannot stand the places. They do stuff like that to me. I don't know why. Remember the last woman when I was in with the collapsed lung? Remember? Because I had the women and I had everybody laughing, right? That's what I do. I can't help it. Every ward I go in, I end up being myself. Do you know what I mean? And having a bit of banter about Jason Momoa and stuff like that. And well, that doctor was nice. Do you know, just taking people's mind off of what they're going through. And I've got everybody laughing in the ward. And I could see this nurse going by like that, looking at me like that. Aye. And then she came in and turned my oxygen off. And I was sitting there talking to the women like that, and I'm thinking, oh God, I'm feeling a bit breathless. Feeling a wee bit breathless. And she comes in and she checks my oxygen. It's right down. And she went, oh, I turned your oxygen off about 10, 15 minutes ago just to see how you would go. I think I was meant to be a doctor. Do you not think I was meant to be a doctor to decide that he was cutting off my oxygen? I couldn't. I moved out that ward. I was like, you need to get me out this ward because I was either going to fly for her or something bad was going to happen. Words do you know, I never ever got the sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. God, I'm in top chat, guys. See if I've missed anybody's comment. I do apologise. I remember as a wee girl doing that if you were getting bullied or something like that, and they would say to you, just tell them sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. But names hurt you more than sticks and stones. That goes into your brain and swirls about in your brain. A stick or a stone's over and done in 2 seconds. It's the mental thing that I can't go. Aye, that's you know, it's like names will never hurt you. Of course it does. That's how. Try see even the checkout operators and stuff like that. I always try and say to them, thanks very much for your help and have a nice day and be nice to people because you don't know what's going on in their lives. They could be having the most they could be going through what I'm going through at the moment, and just one thing can set you off, and I could be crying in Asda. I know, Vera, I know, but there was some angels nurses. I'm going to say that as well. I did have the odd bad one, but the majority of them were beautiful and angels and dead nice. And I'd show pictures of the kids and, you know, just talk about the dogs. Do you know, that was something that we all laughed at, right? We were all sitting, it was four in the ward, right? 4 people in the ward. And we're all sitting and we've all got pictures of our dogs. Our cats, right? We've all got, and I'm going, there's my dogs. It was Mikey and Poppy at the time. There's my wee doggies, Mikey and Poppy. No, that's your dog's gorgeous, not the rest of it. And this went on for a while before we realised we hadn't even showed our kids or anything like that. The animals came first. I went, oh, do you want to see a picture of my family? The dogs, that was it. But makes you. This is Efron, especially at Christmas time. See, as at Christmas time, there is no festivity feeling at all in that shop. Folk will kill you for a bloody Christmas cracker. Bless mum. I've had it all my life. All my life, because I've been a misshapen, mangled person all my life. I've always had problems, and you know yourself, Wayne's pick up on things. But see, when I was growing up, it didn't matter who you were or what was wrong with you. We all get that. We all get absolutely slagged, as we say, slagged rotten. It wouldn't matter if you wore glasses, you'd be slagged. If your hair was a funny way, you'd be slagged. If you didn't have the shoes they're all wearing, you'd be slagged for that. But just we always got that. But nowadays we try and teach our kids to be kind to others, and see Christmas time as well. At Christmas time, a lot of kids, their Santa can't bring them everything that they're wanting, you know, and it's a shame that some kids have got a new iPhone and a laptop and this and that and this and that, and somebody else hasn't got much, because then they think, why did Santa not bring me the same thing? So I watched this channel, and what they done was they got like little things like for Santa, you know, like board games and maybe some clothes and things like that. And then the bigger gifts, that was for their parents, and it'd be, well, we got you this and that. I think that'd be a better idea. And then the kids don't feel as bad like in school. Like, what did Santa get you? I got a mountain bike, you know, I got a colouring book. Bless him, it's already happening in my house. I've not got everything on, and the place is a bit of a mess, but I have got, like, usually I've got that on my table. My table's all nice, and I've got pumpkins over there, and I've got my wee thing over there. But it's no spooky yet. It's no spooky yet. Once we're a bit into September, I'll get the spooky stuff out for the grandson, because do you know what I'm wearing though? Wait, I'll show you. Here's my shoes. Aye, and I wore them to the hospital today. I wore these I was showing my mum. I said, do you like my shoes, mum? I don't care. See if it makes me feel happy, I'm going to wear them. Yeah, I can't even imagine the pressure these days with like iPhones and stuff like that for kids. It wasn't like that back in my day. Do you know what you've got? A favourite gift of mine was a Wendy house, like a play tent, but we called it a Wendy house. A Wendy house and a cuddly toy, and you'd get a stocking with an apple in it and some sweeties, maybe a colouring book and some clothes. That was your Christmas. And we appreciated it, and it was magical. It was still a magical thing. See, now, not only have you got to do the whole Santa thing, but now they've got Christmas Eve boxes that the parents have got to. It's just, commercialism has just went crazy. That's how I like to, like, my son's partner, make him a blanket and things like that. I like to do it. You like my shoes? I love them. I think they're so lovely. Aye. And I was saying last week, my live stream, I said, oh, I've got the autumn stuff up, but I've not got anything Halloween. There's no Halloween stuff. And then I thought, oh, well, apart from my shoes are pretty Halloweeny. So I've got that letter to send away. I've ordered envelopes. I've no envelopes. So I have to send that letter away for the power of attorney over my dad. It's just, and then, listen, see, yesterday was a bad day. But anyway, I'm going to go for a shower. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for a shower, and I'm going to get my jammies on. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to sit and get into my knitting. And then I've got my bed tonight, because I never had bed last night. I sleep here. But I love you all so much. Oh, Sarah Louise. She's better today. You can tell she's heavily medicated, my mum. But she needs, and it's a horrible thing to say, and I hope people don't think I don't like my mum. But see, if you see her without the medication, it's her brain, it's turmoil. She's confused, and she's upset, and she's want to unalive, and she's frantic, and it must be terrible in her own brain. So they've got her own medication, and she was falling asleep. So I put her to bed. She had her soup she'd soup, macaroni cheese, and then she had a wee bit of pudding. And then I put her into bed and tucked her all in and stuff like that. But she was, I'd rather her be calm than the way she was a few weeks ago. That was horrible. But she's okay. I mean, it's a nice place. She's got a room of her own and her own toilet and things like that. It's her telly. So it's a nice wee place she's in. And all the patients are exactly the same as my mum. That's 4 pair of slippers now we've took up. And she was wearing trainers a day. But my dad took her washing home and he's going, that's not hers. My dad's washing other people's washing. Because they're all the same. They come into my mum's room, go, that's mine. You know, take it. Nobody does it maliciously. They just don't know. They see something and they think it's theirs. And my mum, she takes other people's Zimmer frames. Don't know many times and there's like 2 or 3 Zimmer frames. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? You've been having a party? Who's been in here? Do you know what she said today as well? We took her up Iron Brew and Cola, right, to drink. And we put it down. And she was sitting and she went, oh, that's all wine over there. That's wine. I said, wine? I said, Mum, I said, if there was wine over there, I'd be into it. Anyway, guys, I love you all so much. And I'll be back at some point during the week. And I'm going to give you all a big kissy now. And I'll see you then. Bye, everyone.